So my name is Ian Dommisse. I'm an architect. My company name is Dommisse Landscapes, as well as EcoBrick Exchange. So there's two sort of separate companies, and the design is the key thing that is in the middle. And I live here in Cape Town, South Africa. I have collaborated with a lot of people before, and often those collaborations have not ended well, and so therefore I've become quite fearful of it. But then when the pandemic happened, I was called to go into a lot more collaboration, and so I needed to find a different process to govern me through so that I could still do it without being debilitated by that fear of the past experience. What I hope in the process would be that it would help govern how we would come together and form a working relationship, and govern if the journey of the relationship were to go differently to how we imagined, how we would then separate and part ways, and that it would govern and make that process easy and as simple as possible. Unfortunately for my business partner, a few months into our relationship that had formed, he suffered from a nervous breakdown. To the common person, and importantly to our clients, it appeared as if he was taking recreational drugs in the way he was communicating with the client and myself. And so, I looked back to the document, I opened it up, and I stumbled across our shared values. And one of our shared values was kindness. It helped me to press pause, and rather than reacting and becoming angry and sort of reactive, I found a way to reach out to his wife and to try to find out what was going on. And through that, I learned that he was having a psychotic breakdown, and it meant that I could then have compassion for him rather than have anger towards him. And also, I was then able to explain it back to my client and do damage control, and we were able to then preserve the relationship with our client. So yeah, I feel very grateful for the process and for the contract. I have, prior to this, I have formed traditional contracts, for lack of a better word, and the way that I found that it was, full of technical jargon, much of which I didn't understand, and it was sort of paperwork that we had to just read through as quickly as possible, sign at the bottom, and then never use the contract again, and certainly not seek guidance from it. The language that was used in this contract was plain and very simple. We used drawings, we used diagrams, and also it was a living document that had to be reviewed every 3 months. So it was not something that would then become outdated. It was also very different in that it governed the priority that we formed, that we focused on our actual relationship with each other. And so we found ways that we could nurture our relationship, even though we were in different cities. So yeah, that was very different to any other contract I've experienced. It's a process which helps you to learn more about yourself, in the way that you have to recognize what your values are. So rather than being seen as an item of work that takes energy away from you, it's something for me that actually brought energy and brought clarity to my life. And it's something that I'm grateful for, and I hope that more people can experience it, as the process was enriching to my career and to the way in which I interact with people, and it's made me more open to collaboration now, because I know that I can use those type of agreements.